च नमः शिवाय च शिवधराय च नमः दीप्त्याय च शूरदिभ्यश्च वो नमः व्याधिनेभ्यो विद्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो येऽन्तरिक्षये दिवये सामन्नं वातावरणवडवस्तेभ्यो दशदक्षिणारतमुग्रम् विदादरिद्रेरुद्रस्तमानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्यो बन्धुसेनाः ओमवरमाणाय चाभिरिकते जमाच्युतते परिचितते जमावक्येन बोधं भेददामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीभयं सर्वाश्रयादिघात्याः
मोक्षं गमिष्यन्ति तन्मे मनः शुभसङ्कल्पमस्तु
पार्वती पदे போற்றி
ஏகம்பத்தரை எந்தாய் போற்றி மங்க மேன்மைக்குள் செய்வநீதி விளங்குக உலகமெல்லாம் ஹர நம பார்வதி
காமகாமாய மத்யம் காமேஸ்வரோ ஏ ஸ்ரவணோ
स्वरूपाणां श्री कालभैरव महाकाली स्वरूपाणां श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादश.
This is my first trip to Varanasi, and I've attended Inner Awakening before this, but experiencing Swamiji in Varanasi at Inner Awakening is a completely different experience. There have been several highlights to the program so far. It's our 17th day, and some of them, the most important one is of course the third eye initiation, which was pretty amazing. We've been having initiations almost every day, and we've all been practicing blindfold reading, and I've noticed that my intuition has gone up very high, and I've been able to perceive words written on paper completely blindfolded, and this has been totally a new experience for me. And the kids are all reading blindfolded. My son can see words appearing in silver in a black background, and he's been able to read sentences quite well, and that has been quite a big surprise for me. The other highlights of the program have been the Meenakshi Thirukalyanam. So my husband and I, we got remarried in Varanasi in the presence of Swamiji during Meenakshi Thirukalyanam, and that was really amazing, and we are very excited to start a new life together with complete completion with each other. And we've had several homas so far in this program. One was the Dakshinamurti Homa. The temple visit, we went to the Kalabhairava temple. We also went to the Kashi Vishwanath temple yesterday early morning at 1:30. And that was quite an amazing experience. We actually got to see the linga, and we also saw Swamiji performing Rudrabhishekam to the lingam in the temple, and that was really amazing.
I would totally say this is a true blessing for me in my life, and I'm really happy that my mind or nothing else stopped, and I was really called here. I'm really happy for that, and experiencing a lot and learning a lot. And before coming here, I had a gist of completions process and how it works and how it helps everybody. But coming here, it shows me more insight into myself and how I can work through my daily or like my life itself. So it has really been a blessing. That's what I would totally say, and it gave me a great understanding. Yes, and every moment here which we are spending, it's a true blessing. I am not sure what it's like, we didn't do anything, but we got the result. That's how I feel. I feel that I'm so blessed to be here. I'm getting the fruits so much from Swamiji and the ambience here and all the gods here blessing and everything. Sri Vidya initiation was the most surprising and like wonderful experience I had, and I'm cherishing all the time here, and I would I'm still planning to, some few more days to go, but I'm absolutely wishing that I would be 100% participating and enjoying.
I just passed out from college a few days back, and I was just clueless of what to do in my life. And then suddenly I had this intention of attending Inner Awakening, and suddenly it all came into place, and I just landed up here. And I'm sure, pretty much sure, coming to IA is the best decision I've ever made in my life. And we all went through a lot of completion process, Shivoham process, homas, and many other stuffs. And we went to site visits, to temples, and we really had a great time here. And the completion process which we underwent put me in a complete peace. I never had such a kind of peace in my life. And the upsurge of Kundalini during the Shivoham process put us all into the ultimate ecstasy of life, the Shiva Bhota.
How to become like Nachiketa?
What I feel is just continuously standing up for the truth instead of just getting diluted with other things around you. So like not having any vested interest, but just only seeking for the truth, nothing else other than that. See, when you're strong inside, nothing outside can affect. Like as what Swamiji said, we had innocence, but then not the ferociousness. So with the ferociousness, innocence with ferociousness, when it clubs, really the seeking will happen, where you'll be standing up again in each and every situation instead of just getting diluted. So only when you stand up again, whatever happens around you, just with the innocence and the truth, you will become like Nachiketa.
You should align all the context and everything to the space of authenticity. Anything happen around you and inside you, you're only responsible. If sometimes you might think that if I tell that person something that he's inauthentic, that person will think wrong about you. So you'll keep on seeking for the attention. So when you drop that pattern of attention need, by just holding on to the authenticity, whenever that thought comes, just dropping it and holding on to the authenticity will just restore your space and lead you to become like Nachiketa.
Like even in the case of Nachiketa, because he knew the truth was to keep his father authentic, even though his father cursed him, go to Yama, he just because he was standing with authenticity and not for any attention need or to prove that he is great, he had that love towards his father, the uncompromised love to his father. That is why when he even went to Yama, the first boon he asked is just for his father. So in this, if you can see that Nachiketa was standing up for the truth and not fallen in any point, even though his father was against of him.
Shiva. 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 Welcome home to experience love current of Mahadeva. This city is just DNA of physical expression of Hinduism. From your side, nothing needs to be done other than being here. Simple truth straight away.